Hello and welcome back to Lord of Heroes News on Nyris Gaming. It's a minor bit of news to get into, mostly just some regular updates, but we do have Arkanath on the way, given we've had her story going on for the last week. Tomorrow is the day she releases, so let's get into the details. Arkanath is going to be a warrior, which is, apart from cleric was the last kind of class I was expecting her to be. I was thinking either sniper or striker, based on how she was in War of the Tyrants. But warrior it is. She is, of course, going to be a featured summon, so add one more to the pile. Good to see new characters, hard to keep up with them. She is going to be available from November 1st to December 1st, so you have a measly 30 days to attempt to get her. I'm seriously hoping that they make the rotations faster, so they come back more frequently. We'll have to see. On her banner, you're of course going to be able to summon any of the other War of the Tyrants heroes, and she will be coming with her own relics as well. If you want to get a 10 pull, you can get one for $5. That's going to be available from November 1st to November 3rd. It's one of the cheapest ways to get 10 pulls. Still wish there was more ways to get them for free. Like this. Not really. Of course. There's going to be Mystic Beast Mayhem with Golden Gar coming up soon. This is going to be from the 3rd to the 14th, and the shop will be open 2 days longer. And just like all the other stuff recently, there's no guaranteed link stones. Who could have seen that coming based on that trend? You can get link stones in the Present for Alliance members, but that's a maybe. But other than that, you can get battle skip tickets, elixirs of insight, renown, gold, mystic soul stones. Looks like this will be available for a couple weeks, so you can get one a week with those, and multiple of other things a week. Crystals, 6-star replica chests, and class augates. Now, thankfully, they are keeping this going. Add gifts from October 31st to November 30th. You can watch 8 ads a day to get 12 link stones. I just wish that was not, almost a fifth of a single pull. In total, for an entire month, if you do this, it'll be approximately 360, which is 2/3 approximately of 10 pulls. Not a ton, but it's something. Just is a bit little in the face of a 90 pull guarantee. Avalon ambassadors from the 31st to the 14th for sending out expeditions. Paid to upgrade on the 2nd through the 5th. Meet Golden Gar, give you extra gold for encountering the cat from November 3rd to the 14th during the event. This will help a little bit more. From November 5th to November 19th, there will be Conquer the Silence, so you can get more Silence Straits runs in, so you might be able to get a pull a day with those extra tickets, or at least closer to it. Obelisk Ascension from November 9th to the 12th, and there will be a Warrior Alchemy banner for Arkanath from the 1st to the 30th. That's going to be it for the details of what was coming. For tomorrow, let's look at what Arkanath actually does. So, like before, Arkanath is a dark warrior, and as we will see in a second, she is very weird, and she, like Ondel, works really well with her unique set, which is the speed set. And the reason she works well with the speed set is because she has the highest base speed out of any character in the game at 159. Most characters range from around 95 to 110 base speed, and that is going to factor into her abilities quite heavily. So it's very clear she is supposed to use her own set. And then either you can use a warrior set, although they'll be really useless, with only 2, because the speed set requires 4. That'll only give you a 15% chance to counterattack, so probably something more along the lines of regular equipment or a leech set or something along those lines. However, she has 10,930 health at level 70, 1,518 defense, which is solid, 844 attack, which is absolute garbage. But there's a reason for that. Behold, wall of text, mostly because flurry is a thing. Her 1, Vanishing Strikes, attacks the selected enemy, 70% chance to inflict exposed weakness on the target for 2 turns. Nice to see more of that. While under the effects of exposed weakness, damage taken increases by 5% for every debuff inflicted, up to 10 debuffs for 50% extra damage. Damage increases based on the user's speed. That is universal. Every ability increases based on speed. So she is pure speed. Don't bother with attack, it will not get very high. Now, sadly, speed is not affected by Ascension or anything other than equipment and aptitudes. But she has that absurdly high base speed, so her set will make very hefty use of that because it's based on base speed. Her 2, Illusion Cutter, cooldown of 3 turns, fills burst gauge by 156. Attacks all enemies, 80% chance to reduce defense of the target for 2 turns. AoE, 80% defense down for 2 turns is really good, up there with the likes of Light Sulphy. Upon attacking, 80% chance to trigger Flurry 1 time, which will cause her to use her 1 on a random enemy. Damage increases based on speed. Her burst, Tempest of the Umbral Moon, spirit cost of 4, attacks all enemies, ignores defense. Damage dealt increases by 100% if the target's defense is decreased. Damage increases based on user speed. So, thinking about it, given Sulphy functions much the same way with the defense down and the ignores defense, it is very similar to Sulphy's burst, actually, except for the speed damage is swapped out for shock. So her and Sulphy could probably go hand in hand with the helping each other keep defense down, or something like Light Fram. I'll be curious to see just how heavily she scales with speed, because I have a good set on my Water Walter for that speed set, so I'll probably transfer that over to her just to see, out of pure curiosity. Also, I like her design. Her stat skill, of course, is going to be speed, and her elemental skill is going to be increased damage against light elemental enemies. Short and sweet one today. That's going to do it for Lord of Heroes news. Until tomorrow, we'll look at her skill level ups and potentially her artifacts if we get lucky. But I highly doubt that. But here's hoping. We'll do some pulls tomorrow too. So I will see you then.